Spaces.
In the spaces.
In the spaces. Dismissive, smug, condescending,
snarky,
arrogant, snarky. His position was, anybody that knows me knows that I don't hate black people, I'm not a racist. People were trying to tell him, we all don't know you.
Right.
What if I told you that there was a reason that throughout the entertainment industry, there's such a thing as a PR person? I don't think this generation actually understands the function of a PR person. They're supposed to get you out of situations just like Rory from the Rory and Maul podcast. They got him. They got him. Rory from the Rory and Maul podcast. Some old tweets resurfaced from his page. They became a topic of a Twitter space. Shout out to Rocky Thunder. Messy. There's some tweets in there that could be perceived as racist.
A couple of days ago now, there was a little bit of a hullabaloo on social media. I'm trying to do this gently, carefully. It's actually started in a really interesting place, which was they were having a debate. Rory and his co-host were having a debate about, or having a conversation about GNX versus the Clips winning, what would win the Grammy. And Rory had said that, he was rooting for the Clips to win the Grammy.
See, I love when somebody say something that I said too, but they get all the, oh my God, I was like, oh, that's what they doing to him?
Right. Well, that's what's crazy about it.
Get him!
Because I feel the same way.
My point the entire time has been saying I'm not apologizing for anyone that has said that I've called black women ugly or roaches. That's all I've said. I apologize for everything else, but don't ever say that I called black women ugly or roaches or anything that y'all have been trying to put on me, because I never said that. And I know Julian's here, so I'm sure that was added to it. But yeah, I've never said that. I agree with everything that you said.
No, that's not what it was
Roaches,
led with, bro. I was here when Ev and them people was up here and they brought up the receipts of the tweets, and you were just like you were being, bro. And this is the thing, you're denying.
No,
you're basically denying what we all saw here. Like, you were being condescending,
Okay,
you were deflecting, you were being sarcastic,
you got it.
right? You were being sarcastic, and
I'll always be sarcastic with something I never said.
no, but there was things that you actually said, and you were being sarcastic with that as well.
I think Maul, I don't know how Maul felt about it, but Rory felt that way about it, and the fans, the Kendrick fans went hard. They started tweeting and trolling. They were coming after me this week too for some stuff that they do that. If you say one thing, they take it as like an act of violence.
Kendrick has a hive, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, him. Yeah. And if you say anything about Drake, it seems like anti-Kendrick, and Kendrick is anti-Drake. All that kind of shit.
Yeah,
but all the fans are crazy these days to me. So anyway, so then they started digging into old tweets as part of their full-on assault against our brother Rory. And they went in the old tweets, and they found tweets that were problematic to people.
What?
You trying, boy. I'm giving it to you.
And so...
But what kind of problematic? Homophobic, transphobic, racist?
They were interpreted as racist.
What?
Yeah. Now, to be clear,
not him.
Yeah, I to be.
Shut up.
What's funny is you're not even being funny. Like, people gonna think you're doing it. People gonna think we set this up, but we really didn't. Like,
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yo, Mona is so funny on this. Mona is so funny just by being herself. She ain't even got to do too much.
So there was a whole. She asked me what the tweet said. So there was a bunch of tweets. Some of them were offensive to celebrities. Some were seen as anti-black women, etc. That's what happened. And then the other piece of it was he defended himself. He went on Spaces to explain his position and had a very long 4.5 hour
and put on an absolute masterclass in how you should not defend yourself.
Yeah. 4.5 hours is way too long.
An absolute, boy, that was...
You said in how you should not.
Should not.
Yeah.
It is a way to do that. It really is. It's a science to it. And apologizing. People don't know how to do it, though.
So I think that what he did right... So then the fourth step was finally he went on his show and offered an apology, particularly for the dismissiveness with which he had dealt with the opening part of that conversation. In the spaces.
In the spaces. Dismissive, smug, condescending,
snarky,
arrogant, snarky.
What?
His position was, his position was anybody that knows me knows that I don't hate black people. I'm not a racist. Yada yada yada. People were trying to tell him we all don't know you.
Right.
And
Right.
this is how these tweets come off. A lot of the tweets were a lot worse than the looking in my rim rap lyric part that Mark
I want to
mentioned.
know the worst.
I wouldn't read
ones.
them.
Yeah, I don't feel comfortable.
I wouldn't even read them, but
Okay.
they were pretty bad. So I think people were just trying to hold him accountable and get him to at least acknowledge that in them resurfacing, there are people that weren't around back then that are hurt, that feel a way, that listen to you, that follow you, that look up to you, yada yada yada. All of the
But
bells
even
and
the
whistles.
people that do know you, they still be hurt about it. Even if they like people get hurt by stuff like that, especially when they support you.
But I think some people gave him grace because they know him. Like, I know he's not racist, so I'm going to look at the tweet differently than somebody
Like
who
I
doesn't.
can't know a white boy enough that he can't say nigger. I don't care.
And he didn't.
Oh, well,
and
I'm
he
just
didn't.
saying. I use it as an example.
Yeah. I just want to be clear
can't
for
know
the
a white
audience.
person enough that they can do racist shit or whatever.
Yeah, I thought some of the more tweets I saw, the more I was like, yeah, that's even if I'm being generous, that's too much, right? And I think that he will likely address that. It got big. The story got bigger than I thought it would be when I saw it on TMZ.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I saw it on TMZ, I was like, ooh. And
CMZ, Baller, a lot. It grew legs.
Yeah.
It grew legs rather quickly.
yeah.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and mentioning Beyonce doesn't ever stop things from growing legs.
Yeah.
So that's its own.
He mentioned Beyonce.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beyonce tweet. Yeah, Rory's getting shit off.
Yeah, 2011 was a different time.
Y'all agree that Twitter was like a whole nother place back then?
It was.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was. I
It
wasn't
was.
doing it. Oh, go
That
ahead.
just doesn't excuse anything.
Yeah.
In 2011, them tweets were so bad they start kicking my back in. Hey, them tweets were so bad. This mother Joe Budden broke him into the coach. I was like, I didn't know this nigga in 2011. I had no idea who he was in 2011.
Yeah.
But do I think Rory's racist? No.
Of course
Yeah,
not.
nah.
Yeah,
Do
no.
I think that there must always there's just law to how white people have to listen to black people in black spaces, I feel.
Period.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
If you hurt someone with your words, and when the words are of a certain, context, yeah, I don't think it's your right to be smug in that.
Bigger, sometimes you get in a situation, you dig your heels in, and you just double down on the shit you're already doing. And I think that's what happened, and it just got worse. But you absolutely should not defend yourself in that way. Especially when you got a platform. I
Well,
want him to just step out the room and think about it, and then
That's the thing, the platform part, and this is the thing with when you. That happened to me years ago, and they was like ripping me apart at first. So sometimes you responded to the insult you got, like you walking in that room, but you still remember somebody calling you a small head.
that's
So
what
you
I'm saying.
coming at people because they was talking about your sneaks and your head size and all that. But in actuality, in my opinion, Rory is somebody that's usually in black spaces since he started, right? It's like he's in black stuff, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're white and you benefit off of shit like that, you have to be super vigilant about what you say and do. That's my personal opinion, especially if you're making money off the niggas. I shouldn't be able to find you saying no crazy shit that I would be offended about, period. Me, I got 8,000 followers and went backwards and deleted stuff. Like it's a thought process. You get to a point where you take that extra effort. Also, I think the average person doesn't know how to apologize, and I get that. But when you have a platform, I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to figure it out. I literally Google how to apologize because there's really ways not to do it. Like a lot of people fuck up when they apologize because they'll say something that sounds like an excuse or close to it. You just focus on yourself. You just be accountable for what you did and you apologize. You don't bring up nothing else in the story. And most people don't know how to do that.
Spaces was also just not the place to do it.
Yeah, agreed.
He just stayed up there for so long, it just made it worse. And he was being snarky, he was being sarcastic, and I'm just saying nobody had time for it. But anyway, it would continue on and get worse and worse and worse. And the Joe Budden podcast spoke on it, which is ironic because, of his association with Joe Budden back in the day. Like they used to be a unit. Would this have happened if he was still under the umbrella of the Joe Budden podcast? Long story short, Rory should have known better. Here comes the think piece. If you spend this much time in proximity to black people, you should know that there are certain things. If you're paying attention, you should know that there are certain things you shouldn't do. I know there's a whole conversation whether or not these tweets were retweets, that there was an old system of retweeting. You know, this is before my time on Twitter, where you could make somebody appear as if they're saying something that they weren't. And even if that's the case, Rory tried to take some accountability for that fact. But the fact that he wasn't taking it seriously in that moment, that he couldn't read the cultural tea leaves, is problematic. And the fact that he had several black people that cared about him. Damaris came in there.
Rory is like a raging racist, right? Fine, he's a raging racist. Yeah, Rory, stop being sarcastic because that's what they don't. That's what they don't like about you. Is that you're being.
The trolling is not going to work.
You. That's what they don't like about you, right? So just stop doing that because it's just not working in your favor. But the whole entire purpose of this is there's nothing, Rory. There's nothing that you can do. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if you're just in spaces just like because you want to talk, but there's nothing that you can say to change these people's mind because they don't know you. And on top of that, it's not like Rory's tweet just got resurfaced and now there's a whole group of people that want to find out what Rory cares about. They don't like you because they think you don't like Kendrick. So they're not going to like you no matter what you say. So it doesn't like there's no cleaning up here. So that's why I'm like, are you in here just to kick it? Because if so, like you can just go like do something better because they're not here to like, you know what I'm saying, really hear you out. They don't give a They painted a narrative about you. You back that narrative up with some stupid tweets. They weren't around for the time. You can't explain it. There's nothing you can do. Like, you're not going to apologize because you know you didn't say anything worth, like, really apologizing for. And you're not going to give an ingenuine apology because you're not sorry because you didn't mean any harm when you tweeted it. So I don't know at this point. I don't know what anybody is, like, in here, like, for. Like, other than to bash you. Are you seeing what I'm saying? But if you want to stay here and get bashed, like you can do that. But
Damaris, the attitude you just admitted yourself. The attitude behind it is sarcastic. It's not like he's coming off as I want to have a genuine conversation. He's making a joke out of it. He's not really trying to have a genuine conversation. Oh, let's have a genuine conversation. I don't think he would be making a joke out of it because I don't think it's something that's funny.
Let's have a genuine conversation.
Y'all, his best friends are black, bro.
There's not even.
Yeah. And he voted for Obama.
But see, but do you see? Just those answers, y'all don't want to have a genuine conversation.
You don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why there's no point.
Being sarcastic and joking.
Wait, hold up. That's not fair to everybody. That's not fair to.
Hold on, one second. Once again. This room did not start as a Rory breaks down the tweets. This room literally started about the Grammys and this Grammy darling conversation and how Damaris was caught in 4K saying she didn't like Kendrick's voice.
Maul came in there. Maul, for whatever reason, Maul probably made it worse.
You can't speak for that man,
kids
boy.
are going hungry tonight?
Think you got a puppet? Think you got your hand in the man?
Maul ready to jump.
It's a grown ass man.
Whose kids are going hungry?
Fuck out of here, goofball.
Whose kids are not eating?
Next person.
Kids are not eating.
Who else?
Whose kids are not eating tonight as a result of those tweets?
But they came in there and tried to stop him. They tried to talk him down, but he could not see how serious this moment was, especially when you have a platform that is actually generating some type of income. If this was, another time, I could see sponsors wanting to pull back from that type of program. And that's what you don't calculate when you do something like it was an unforced error. Like, do you even have to be in this Twitter space is the question. Once you see it's going a certain way, you could bow out. Well, anyway, it resulted in Rory, not only Rory, but Damaris. They both deleted their Twitter completely, which I think is a little harsh, a little drastic, but they got it out of here, man. They're done with Twitter because of this situation. And it all started because of this damn Twitter space, which is quite ridiculous when you think about it. A word of advice to my podcasters out there. If you have tweets that go back to the dawn of time on Twitter, you might want to comb through those and get rid of anything that was a particular hot take that you're not proud of in your current adult form. He was probably 21, which he was an adult, but he was a young adult. And you make some decisions that you wouldn't make when you're grown with a child and all this stuff, But, this should be a warning to a lot of black culture out here. We accept people into the culture of hip hop and, we have to make sure that they completely understand the severity of that, We have to make sure that our white homeboys and friends actually understand the severity of what's going on there. And, you know, it's kind of, I don't know. It seemed like Rory had gotten to a place where he was too comfortable and he didn't take it seriously because he wanted to couch everybody that was in the space as a Kendrick fan on Twitter. So he just wanted to dismiss them. Because all of it started because of their take on Kendrick after the battle. Now, it seems like a lot of, I hate to say it, but Northeastern podcasters have somehow flipped on Kendrick and how dominant he was in this battle. I don't know if they want to just have a friendship with Drake. I mean, Maul's been consistent. That's been his thing. He's been a Drake advocate this whole battle. But anyway, yeah, man. Get that PR team, man. I know y'all got the deal with, I forgot who you got to do it. I don't know. They have a couple partnerships with bigger companies. Like, I would investigate having somebody to handle this type of things for this type of damage control. Or just like in any situation with the police, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be held against you. So why are you going into the fire? I guess he didn't want to seem like he was a punk, you know. He didn't want to seem like he was backing down, but didn't make sense, man. It didn't make sense. This is totally unforced error. But anyway, let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for all uploads. This is Faucette Media. Sign up for the Patreon.